This is a really old city, and it's gone through dozens of like monumental events, from wars to constructions to fires to floods. There's a ton of stuff that happened here. So stories like that are really interesting, especially when, you know, it's like the telephone game is like who said what to who. And then you're like, wait, the train was made out of diamonds? You're like, nah, actually, no. Let me go back and find the historical facts and get the truth about it. But there was a legend that I would hear coming up in Richmond about the Richmond Vampire. And again, I love sci-fi and I have a wild imagination. So I'm always inclined to initially believe like, okay, what parts of the story are actually true? And the story was told numerous times over the years, and I'd heard different versions of it over the years. And the first few versions were about the train accident and about a scary, eerily veiled person being seen running away from the tunnel. And they described the person to have like similarities or physical features not different than a vampire. Missing teeth in the front, 2 jagged teeth pointing down, disheveled and ripped clothing, brownish, burnt or white or pale skin. And then this person just like leapt away. Like I imagine this person like peering out from the tunnel and then like scuttling away into the woods. But that was the story that I kept hearing. And it was the same for multiple people, but with some variation. And then I found out more about the train incident, the train accident and the tunnel collapsing. And then the fire, I think there was a fire in there as well. What I put together was that the Richmond Vampire urban legend is an actual account, not eyewitness account of people seeing one of the survivors who was never found leaving the tunnel after the train collapsed. And the physical features they described are pretty on par with somebody who would have been trapped in a tunnel or in a train when the tunnel collapsed on it. Maybe broken bones, disheveled look, missing teeth. I think there's like talking about like skin being missing in parts of his body. But I'm pretty sure that person was never found. So there's no proof of that actual eyewitness account. It's just a urban legend now.
Well, it fits into what this story says because there are, so to give credit to many of the people it seems like have put effort into this. So this guy, Brian Bullock, and a director of a documentary about this named Ryan Pace. Seems like they've connected, they've had conversations about this, but a lot of it is because there are, you know, still people and stories that have not been uncovered because, you know, the train has never been unearthed. They've never like really, sounds like they've never really excavated the area. So there's still, you know, stories waiting to be unfolded and people waiting to be identified and stuff.
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, that kind of fits into that narrative. It would be cool to maybe have them on and do a deep dive into this story. It'd be super interesting.
That would be super cool to get some confirmation on some of the urban legends and like the tales that have been told over the years and maybe get some information on, you know, what the next, if there are any next steps or plans for that site to be excavated or investigated.
Well, it says that plans to recover the train have been proposed, but they have not come to fruition, nor have the identities of the 5 black laborers been uncovered, leaving their stories untold. So I guess there are, you know, 5, and there could be more, but 5 like confirmed people that were working on the tunnel or the railroad that, you know, definitely got caught in that collapse. And there was, you know, no effort to unearth them and give them a proper burial funeral. I'm assuming that's what it seems like with this story. And there's some other stuff on here too that's like honestly pretty heartbreaking. But it's crazy that like 100 years can go by and stuff like that just gets forgotten.